I'm with Scott Dorne, Facility and Operations Executive Director for the Westerville City Schools. And we're here in the basement at Hamby Elementary, and we're talking about issue 8 and what it will cover as far as infrastructure for the district. Scott, tell me a little bit about how that will work.
Well, the district currently has a permanent improvement fund. It gains about $9 million a year in revenue. But when we did our needs assessment 2 years ago in 2017, when we were looking at our facility master planning process, the architects and engineers that came through each of the buildings in the district identified about $140 million worth of need for our schools. So of that $9 million a year that we have as current revenue, about $4 million can go to our buildings. And $4 million over 10 years is about $40 million. So we have about a $90 million gap there. So issue 8 helps us with that. It helps us address some of our oldest buildings, and Hamby Elementary is over 80 years old. And what we can see down here in the basement are a lot of those things that we're talking about. So infrastructure means, your water system, your electrical system, roofing, all those things that don't have direct impact on instruction, but are needed for you to be able to have instruction in our schools.
So it's kind of like maintaining your house. If you don't keep them maintained, it can cause a system failure, which would be more expensive in the long run if you don't maintain them, right?
Right, so as an example over here is a new domestic water heater that we put in with using our current funds. Everybody's house has a hot water tank in it, and every now and then they just age out. And so that's some of the items that we're facing across the district are items that are just aging out. And so our condition assessment for the next 10 years takes a look at what we expect to age out over the next 10 years and what we would have to put into those. And so domestic water heater, something like that, will have a shorter life expectancy than, say, maybe a building switchgear or something similar to that. Roofs have life expectancies, and so these are all things that we need to maintain that you just really can't take some of these things to failure. So that would be devastating for us to have switchgear that we had major issues with in a building. So they're not the most appealing things to think about, but they are certainly necessities that we have to take care of.